these factors should not be a limitation because of the high level of government that these claims involve. They involve the First Lady and her influence over the governor. They are of a type that are not, someone in that high of a position and that high of a household is expected to know the law and is expected to follow it. And the fact that these are violations that have become, that will become guidelines for how other public officials act because of the status of the folks who have been found to have possible violations. Those are some of my reasons that I think that the Table A and Table B should not apply. I also feel like I am not closed to a settlement, and in fact, I believe that there is some room. I think that, at least for me, a forfeiture is perhaps appropriate. Certainly of the contracts that Ms. Hayes got, that were recommended, that she was recommended basically on because she was the First Lady and had such close access to the governor, and not only as a family member, but because he put her in so many high meetings. I think those contracts were gotten because of her influence, use of position, inappropriate use of position, and those could be doubly. I think that is one of the highest violations of the Ethics Act, is to misuse your official position. So I would be in favor of a doubling, of a forfeiture of those contracts, that speeches and influence of the governor and a policy. I would be in favor of a doubling of that. But I could see clear to perhaps accepting a settlement that found a violation on almost all of these up to the maximum of $5,000, and foregoing the commission's right to seek the forfeiture. So I believe there's quite a lot of room. That's hundreds of thousands of dollars in room that I would be willing to consider. I would not want to consider dollar amounts that are below the $5,000, I think. I'm not prejudging that, but that's how I'm feeling after reading all these. My one other thought, however, is that Ms. Hayes was not an elected official. In fact, that's part of the problem. She was merely appointed by her partner to be a policy, to have a high policy role. In fact, I noted on page 28 of the report that that the governor told his staff that Cylvia is playing a role in policy development and advocacy, and that he inappropriately focused on serving to advance his partner's personal agenda and career and income.